All right. Good morning, everybody. This is the Sunday Comic Book Hangover Show. I am joined by my lovely co-host, Hagen from Lettuce Comics, and we are joined today by our good friend Matt from Matt Likes Comics and
Hi.
New Heads. Good morning, gentlemen.
How are you? I actually spent a good 35 minutes yesterday watching the clip of every Canoe Head episode that was on TV back in the 80s.
Oh man, I have yet to watch one. You just made me think I have to go check it out. I did get my copy of the comic in the mail. Okay, I didn't bring mine, but I have it. It's by my bed because I want to read it.
Hi, Cliff.
Yeah, let's say good morning to everybody who is joining us. Good morning, Christina.
Hey,
You're up
Christina.
too early.
You know,
This actually did make me laugh out loud. So, the officer said, "You drinking?" I said, "You buying?" We just laughed and laughed. I need bail money.
No, officer, it's not how high are you, it's hi, how are you?
Jason from Renegade, good morning, my friend. Good morning, Doug. There's JSS. Good morning, sir.
Daytona 500, let's go.
Oh, I was gonna ask if you had a race to watch today. Holy cow! All the way from England. There's Terry.
Hi, Terry.
K Munin.
Hey, Munin, what's up, dude?
Oh, there's Dope. Good morning,
Hi, Dope.
buddy. And Cliff, the busiest man in comic book YouTube. There he is again. There's Darren X, and it just keeps going. There's our friend Eric.
Hi, Eric.
Hey, Eric. I'm blurry too. There's Mike. Hey, Mike. And Chonko.
Hi, Mike.
And I think that's everybody. I got there's some repeats. We're saying hi to each other. So good morning, everybody. Thanks for being here. Thanks for getting up early. I am not like legit hungover today. Let's do a hangover check. Matt, I know you're not because you don't even drink. I feel like I'm the pro when it comes to that. But this Sunday show has made me like question my life decisions. So I always take it easy.
Before the doctors put me on the medication I'm currently on, I used to like my beer.
And what is that? Extended release Viagra?
Something to that effect. That's right.
Okay.
But yeah, I stayed up kind of late last night watching a movie, which I'll talk about because it was not great. But yeah, I feel pretty good this morning, just tired, and woke up to about 3 inches of snow on the ground that I wasn't expecting. So when this is over, I get to go shovel some snow.
We're expecting a foot of snow today, and we already got half a foot yesterday.
That's, I heard that from Uncanny Derek. He told me like 15 inches of snow or something crazy today. So I'm not going to complain too much, but I am going to complain because I hate it. Yeah. Hagen, how are you doing? You got snow down there?
Oh, God, no. It was 70 degrees like 2 days ago. It's dipped back down into like the 40s, but because it's South Carolina and you can flip a coin just as quickly as you can decide what the weather is. But no, I'm I'm all right. I was up late last night because my group of friends had a D&D game, and then I was prepping after it, and like
doing your homework.
Yeah, talking with people and doing stuff, but yeah, not hungover. Just I have my wife's coffee mug full of coffee that I made doubly strong. So it's like 1 tablespoon per like 4 ounces or something like that. It was 2.
Nice.
So I'm chewing this coffee, but yeah.
All right. Well, I wanted to start just kind of like I just like to know, like, what's the best thing you read last week? If you had to pick your read of the week, do you have it available?
I'm thinking about that because I actually read like 40 books last week.
I read a lot last week too. I honestly didn't read as much as I usually do because, well, in terms of individual issues, because I'm reading a couple of trades. But I mean, let's see. I'll jump up here. Honestly, so far of new books that I picked up last week, I loved this Green Lantern Corps. Like I loved it. It was fun. It highlighted a lot of the different Green Lanterns, which I always like, and the art was so good. Like there's a lot going on in the background, but it's complementary to the story. Like it has just a lot of character and mood that's happening in the background images. And it's been a while since I've read. So like on this page here, there's this like water guy that explodes, and they go through this whole thing of cleaning up there. It's never mentioned. It's just all in the background. And then at the end, you've got Guy Gardner holding a baby version of this water alien guy that exploded in the background that was never mentioned, but was a fun part of their like police precinct story. So I really, really liked that and cannot recommend it enough. And I'm with you, Cliff. Like my only justification was that I think something finally dropped off. That I was like, okay, I'll add this one. But yeah, I've got to dump some books.
Here we go. I know where it is. I found it.
Okay. Hi.
Got it. All right.
Oh, so I have another one to talk about later, but yeah, I didn't know. I left the Hive on the shelf, dope, but I thought of you. I was like, man, he's either gonna love this or hate this, I bet. What do you got, Matt?
Okay, this one requires that I put on my ring.
Okay.
Because when you see the cover, you'll see why. I did a video this week where I did a couple of stories of the Legion, where the Legion was coming back. It'll air in a couple of weeks. But this storyline is one of my favorites, and I had to reread it in order to think about it. And this is called Superman and the Legion of Superheroes. And as you can see, Superman's wearing his Legion ring, therefore I must put mine on. And what this was a second part of a 3-part story arc that brought the Legion of Superheroes back into regular continuity and fixed all their continuity problems in 2007 and 8. So this is the best thing I read all week because, as I said, I had to reread parts of it to do the video, and quite simply, it's one of my favorite stories. Plus, I love the art on this cover.
It's Gary Frank, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, he does a really good Superman that looks just like Christopher Reeve, and then he does a really creepy young Clark Kent that looks just like Christopher Reeve.
Exactly. It's amazing. He's amazing for that. So yes, that is the best thing I read all week.
Hey Matt, I feel like this has got to be for you. You watch Call Me Chato? Do you know what that is?
Yes, because Paul Chato is Mr. Canoehead.
Oh, okay. All right.
So yes, I do watch Paul Chato there, Terry.
That's
I've
awesome.
been watching him for years.
So yeah, Farrell has awesome covers, and I bought the first issue and it just didn't get me. I'm not into it. K Munin wants to know where you got your Legion ring.
This was a gift from Mr. Steven Gentner.
Very cool.
He bought Alan and I each a Legion ring.
That is very cool of him. Hagen, do you have something you want to show off as your pick of the week, or?
Yeah, so I cheated a little bit because my best reads of the week, I go back and read stuff that I like a lot. And so I can't really pick because I read through a couple of the stories from Superman Red and Blue again. I read through and I was looking for it. I can't find the exact issue in here, but it is it's the issue of Swamp Thing where he and white-haired woman. I cannot remember her name.
Is it Abigail?
I think Abigail.
Abigail, it's Abby.
But that's the one where he and Abigail eat the same piece of fruit and like have this will be PG for some reason and call it a bonding experience. Yes. But that was excellent. I also read and I don't have a copy of it because I read it online, but Sandman issue 20, the the story with Element Girl,
Oh.
Element Girl and Death.
So that is so good.
It's one of my favorite. The award-winning issue from that like little run is 19, I think. The play on A Midsummer Night's Dream.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I like that one too.
It's fine. It's fine,
Yeah.
but that issue like blows me away every time I read it. It's just such a gorgeous examination of like how we look at death, and how depression works, and it's just it's fascinating.
The art in that is real like gritty, like almost like charcoal pencil. You know, it's just very smudged and
it's raw. It's very raw,
and it's perfect for that. So yeah, I agree. That is one of my favorite Sandman standalones there.
And so to pivot slightly from that, I did get a Whatnot order and my comic shop order of some really stupid things. And one of the things that I actually peeked through was this. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. It's got the actual like photo cover on it.
Photo cover.
It's a thing to behold. And it's all like it's Archie stories, but worse on the inside. And so like it's that sort of saccharine sweet, like
oh wow.
I remember that one of them was like the new kids on the block are the eligible bachelors on a dating show, and like it's just God, it's really not good, or it's not my thing. But there was also this that came in that because you know
that's
gotta have it.
That's something. I mean, you're way too young for that. Like I was in middle school when this was all over the radio.
Yeah.
Watch this show. We can have lots of fun.
In that same Whatnot order, I also got, this was the thing that started it. I needed issue 254, and I have that same disease that everybody else has, which is that like it's $6 of shipping. I need to justify it. I'm going to go ahead and buy $15 worth of books, or $15 more worth of books that I don't necessarily want, but to sort of justify that. This is one of those. X-Men number 210. I'm not an X-Men person. I've seen this cover. I've noticed it before, but I'm not.
I've seen that cover
not
a
an
lot.
X-Men person.
It's a nice cover.
When I was younger, that one was popular.
You know, if I'm padding my Whatnot order, I'd have no shame in throwing that in too.
Yeah.
This was one of the cooler things, though. This is
Topolino.
It's a Topolino comic. I think it's from the late 40s, early 50s. And I got it because my dad played baseball in high school, and I have his old glove, and it has Prince Topolino written on it. Because they used to call him like Prince Little Mouse, which is what Topolino means. Topolino is mouse.
Huh.
Just because he was a 5'5" Filipino guy, and they thought it was funny. If you will indulge me for just a moment, I do have the My Comic Shop order that I got, which includes a book that we've been talking about.
Heck yeah, go for it.
That was the catalyst that sort of started all of this. But we'll start with the Dreamery.
Oh
yes, I will have. I am just. It's not going well. I have a video that highlights that issue.
Mm-hmm.
It's just been a rough edit, so I'm really hoping to get that done soon.
Yeah. Well, we've got the Dreamery because Catholic Centaurs, and then up next, I believe, Nate, is also a book inspired by you. I was right.
Oh,
yay, Herco!
I just took them down. They were on the cabinet.
Steven bought Herco this week.
Yeah,
very nice.
Sent me a message.
Yeah,
so,
he got like a 9.0 graded copy.
It's all Herco and Canoe Head around here.
That's right.
Hey, Big Nasty, in just a bit, I'm going to open up your package. I'm going to let other people have the spotlight for a second, but Big Nasty sent me a package that I wanted to open on this show.
Very nice.
This is another one from the Friday shows, Gangster Ass Barista.
Yes.
I I got this in and I showed my wife because she likes when I get ridiculous books, which is all the time. Um, and she was like, I want to read that because she used to work at Starbucks.
So she was a gangster ass barista.
She was a gangster ass barista. And really, it's like being a Marine. Like, once a gangster ass barista, always a gangster ass barista.
You're in for life. You've got the tats. That is awesome.
I love this cover. Ricky from All Sorts of Words showed it off. Like, that was the first time that I saw it. And if you've ever seen this original painting, it's called Nighthawks, I believe.
Yep.
It's so isolating. And it's gorgeous, but I knew that I had to have this.
Well, and I'm sorry, the artist who painted the original Nighthawks escapes me, but I actually like a lot of his other paintings as well. They all have that same kind of tone, dark, rich colors. People seem, like you said, everything feels isolated. I don't know. I like the emotions it invokes in me.
Yeah, for sure. K Munin, I am not a Vampirella guy. A lot of the issues of Vampirella don't super duper appeal to me. That is one of them that does. Like, it's really simple and gorgeous and pretty.
And it's an homage. I mean, homage covers.
Edward Hopper. That's right.
Edward Hopper.
Please tell me you see Renegade there.
I was about to say, I wanted to point out Renegade's Semper Venti. Jason, buddy, I'm telling her that. That's fantastic. But of course, the thing that started off the whatnot, or the My Comic Shop order, was this. Canadian Comics Cavalcade #1, first comic book appearance of our boy Canoe Head. And I showed this to Laurel and I explained, like,
What did you explain exactly?
Well, what I told her, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong so that way I can relay it back to her, is this guy was walking through a yeah, I do. Guy was walking through the woods with a canoe on his head and was struck by lightning, and it fused to his head, and now he fights crime. And she was like, does he have any superpowers other than that? And I was like, no.
Nope, he just bangs people in the head with the canoe.
No, he's just got a canoe on his head. And she asked me, is there ever a moment where he does like a headstand and then like ferries people across a river? And I was like, I haven't seen a panel.
No, but there is one where he's disguised as a salad bar and you can see the legs sticking out. It's hilarious.
Yeah. Well, she asked me that and I was like, I don't think so. And she was like, well, then what the hell's the point? And then she stomped off to go do what she was going to do.
Comedy sketch show. Wait till you see, if you haven't seen it, wait till you see the villains he goes up against. Like, there's a guy who wants to steal all the bacon bits. That's why he ends up as the salad bar. There's another one where he wants to steal all the hair products for men. And another one that, like, he's just...
That is one thing that I wanted to briefly show. Is I flipped through the book to find the Canoe Head issues. Of course, he has first billing. But further on in the book, like, you don't have to make me big or anything, but the art in this is actually really, really good. And it's a mixture of...
I was gonna say it's an anthology, right? Like,
yeah, it's a mixture of different artists, but like some of it is actually genuinely fantastic to look at. Those were my ridiculous whatnot.
Yeah, my Canoe Head should get to my stackery any day now, and I'm waiting for two boxes, and I'm gonna pull it up. So
real quick, this is not comic book at all, but I watched 2 movies this weekend. This one is on HBO Max. It's called Flow. It's I think it's nominated for Best Animated Feature, and I see why. Like, I freaking love this. If you like Miyazaki, animation, this is very like whimsically sad at times. Never goes full tragedy or anything, but like it's a group of animals.
Never go full Marley and Me.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything about it other than, like, there is no dialogue. So the whole thing is told, through the actions of the animals in this thing. And I really liked this. So I watched this with my family on Friday. It's on HBO Max right now. I just loved it. And then my wife and I watched this last night, and I cannot recommend you don't watch it enough. This was it's Miles Teller. So I really like him. He was in Whiplash, uh, which was
And also Fan Four Stick.
I was gonna say he's also a former Reed Richards from Fan Four Stick, and then Anya Taylor-Joy. She's just amazing in almost everything I've seen her in. And they are like they do what they can with this movie. Like they're guarding this gorge that is a gate to hell or something or other, and the creature stuff is okay. The movie just was not good. But those were like, I watched 2 movies this weekend, and like the first one was just a solid, like I would call Flow A+. Like we just freaking loved it. And I would give The Gorge a C-. Like it wasn't bad, but it was like I needed to be so bad I can make fun of it, or be good enough that I can enjoy it. And
Right.
It was the kind of movie that you're picking up your phone a lot, and that's not a good sign.
Yeah.
No.
There's a verse in the Bible that's like something like, I would rather you be cold or hot. If you are lukewarm, I will spit you out of my mouth. Like it's that.
Yeah. Well, yeah. The movie is a C. I give it a C-. I almost wanted to to give it a D, but did not. Everybody in the chat keeps talking about this one. So this came out this week. This is called Bug Wars. I liked it. I don't know if I don't know. I don't know. Like Dope says he's on board. I had to get this cover. This is a Peach Momoko cover. And if you can
Very
see,
nice.
like it's like albino spider girl. Like she has all the spider eyes up on her head. I like when Peach Momoko is weird and creepy. That's my favorite. I don't like, because her art style is cute. When she gets weird with cute, it's really messed up. So yeah, the story was, I don't know. I mean, it's about, like, it kind of felt like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Like there's
Right.
a bug war happening in this yard, and somehow our main character is going to get drug into it. I don't know, maybe. This I liked a lot, not enough to get a second issue, but I bought it on accident. So this is Power Lords, which is based on an old 80s cartoon / toy line. And I had this. I don't know why I had this in my stack, and I went to put it back, and I actually put back a different book. And when I got home, I found out that I still had this. So I don't even know what I didn't buy that I meant to. But this was not terrible. Just not, again, like wasn't for me.
This one's for side quest. He says, "What about Aquaman?" There it
I
is.
did not get Aquaman. I didn't go
Anytime you get attacked by a water creature that looks like
Yeah.
a dinosaur, it's pretty cool.
Okay. I am like, it depends on what they do, Dope. Like it depends on what they do with this Bug Wars, whether or not, like, I don't know. I probably should give it a second chance, because another book that I love, The Moon is Following Us, is a book that after issue 1 was not great, but after issue 2 was. So like it just needed a double issue to get going, and that's how Bug Wars kind of feels. So Absolute Batman is still stupid and still fun. Like this is
What
just
issue is it up to now?
it is up to 5.
Wow.
The last issue had a guest artist, and I was kind of disappointed because it wasn't as good. But then this one, the art is back. He's just ridiculous. He's just ridiculous, and it's just a big over the top. It's a summer popcorn movie, but it's Batman.
That bat signal looks like it's Pac-Man about to eat the ghosts after getting the power up.
Kind of cool what they did, so I'm not gonna spoil it. But let's talk about ridiculous, and I will spoil this a little bit. So this is the current ongoing Batman, Chip Zdarsky, which it's been a lot of fun. But in this one, Batman's trapped on a plane, and as he's coming down, he gets out on the wings, and he has some machine guns that he uses to blow the wings off, that he's got some charges on there so that the wings aren't going to clip buildings as they go in. So then the plane is coming down through Gotham, and Batman's back in the cockpit. how this is not an absolute Batman moment, I don't know. So then the plane is going down through the streets, and then Batman jumps out of the front of the moving, screeching cockpit fuselage to throw batarangs and hit Captain Commander Star. I mean, look how ridiculously over the top that is. And this
You
is in
are
the current
talking
ongoing.
about a man that jumped from the moon and lived.
Very true.
The
And-
only human being that could possibly survive re-entry through the power of plot armor.
I know.
This was okay. I bought this because the cover is badass. Like I wasn't gonna get, a Marvel event because I don't care. But yeah, it's Doctor Doom. He takes over the world, and it's up to the Avengers and Fantastic Four and Squirrel Girl to stop him. But this is awesome. This is a piece of art. I loved that.
I wanted to really quickly show you that Peach Momoko did Nightmare variants for a bunch of Marvel books, and this is one of them that my wife has because she really likes Peach Momoko. But yeah, like when she gets, this isn't the most extreme of them. Like this is still very, very pretty and sort of like a sleeper nightmare, if you like. But man, Peach Momoko is just so ridiculously talented. Hot take, I know, but like she's amazing, and like the way that she uses watercolors, and man, when she does weird and spooky stuff, it really, really does hit.
I love her. I understand people tapping out on the absolutes. I never was on board with Superman. I went back. I still think Wonder Woman's my favorite in terms of story and ridiculousness, and Batman is just fun. But I get it. And yeah, Batman doing Batman things.
I know. I made an active decision not to go for absolute because I'm already buying so much. Lyle sent me a copy of the Absolute Batman 1 because I mentioned I didn't have one, and he had like 9 copies, so he sent me one. But other than that, I don't have any of them. And I figure if I'm going to read them, I'm going to buy the trade.
Yeah.
Be careful about taking books from Lyle because I hear he's running low.
Yeah.
I know.
It's dangerous at his house. He's hoarding them so that he doesn't run out. I do think it's funny, like DC people that I talk to, like we all kind of gravitate towards different, like when it comes to the absolute line. And that's the other thing, Matt, you and I were talking about. I don't need one more thing to collect, but because I've liked the absolutes I have, I'm actually really intrigued by the idea of Martian Manhunter whenever they release that, because I really like John Johns.
Mm-hmm.
So I might check that out. But God, I just don't want to like add more books to my folder.
Part of the thing is I've got 6 titles in my I guess you call it list with my local comic shop that are currently dormant. So if they come up, right. Like a Buffy, if a new Buffy comes out, a new Supergirl comes out, bang, like just like that, my list is going to go up anyway. So
if they do an absolute Aquaman, I will start a pull list for DC stuff. I don't have any DC books being pulled, with the exception of like Nice House by the Sea. That's barely DC,
right? I mean, is it Vertigo? I haven't even really noticed. Did they change it to
DC
Vertigo now?
Black Label.
Okay.
Which is like Diet Vertigo, I think.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I almost disagree. It's almost hard not to add new books.
I don't know, because I went on the last time I added a bunch of books was all those new ECs. I mean, whatever people might think of them, I'm enjoying them. I mean, they're not the best books, but they're not bad.
Well, it was because of you that I picked up Cruel Kingdom, and it is good. Like I've got that over here. I haven't read issue 2 yet. It's in my 2 read pile over here. But I didn't like the other 2 at all. Like I didn't like Epitaphs, or what was the other one they had? The science one.
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying.
There were a couple. There were a couple good stories. It's just the art doesn't compare the.
No, I know it's low. Like as I said, it's low caliber, but it's still decent enough that for me, I like to collect them.
Yeah, and Cruel Kingdom Cruel Kingdom brought back the EC font, in their word balloons and in the boxes. Like, I'm
Oh, they've
sorry,
all had
like that counts. Like that's good. They're at least trying to pay some respect to the source material.
I mean, like they've been getting better as the time goes on. They're getting a feel for the genre. So
And it's Oni Press, and they put out
yeah,
hey, see you, Jab. There's a title they have called Skin Police that I like a lot. I feel like there's one more from them I'm picking up. I don't know. So Matt, do you want to show some books?
sure.
Is there anything?
I went to a
have
place yesterday. Yeah, I
Go
went
ahead.
to our only indoor flea market that has pop culture stuff because there's a lot of antique stores in Ottawa, but this one has pop culture. And I specifically went out looking for silly books. I wasn't able to find that many. It's mostly superhero. I did, though, get this Simpsons Illustrated #7 because how can you not buy a book that has Ned Flanders in the title thing that says "Hi Diddly Do" on it?
So is that The Simpsons ongoing, and that's issue 7?
I don't know. I haven't looked at it yet, but it says Simpsons Illustrated.
I don't know that. I don't know that title. If that's like an offshoot title, I don't know that one.
It's probably Simpsons. I just haven't looked it up yet. I mean,
Okay.
like, it's how recent I got it. I got home yesterday and got involved with other stuff. So, but I also picked up a few Conans that I was missing and happy about. I got inspired for Conan watching, Mr. E, the Low Grade King. He's been showing all the Conan books. Here's number 250, which is actually a low print one. So
I just saw that one in a Whatnot auction, and I was like, oh, I need that.
and here's 244. Like, I basically yesterday what I did was like, well, I saw it was mostly the big two and not a lot of crazy stuff, like fun stuff, as I said. I ended up going on the Marvel route. I bought some Boris Karloff's, but
Just great.
That's cool.
covers.
Yeah, that one is Conan 175. I'm discovering that Conan is really good if you like skull covers because they've got quite a few. This is 150. This one actually got it so that I now have a straight run of 72 Conan issues. I'm really working on I am trying to put the run together. It's only 275 books plus 9 annuals, so really it's manageable unless you
I really liked Conan's late night show, and he didn't get any worse when he went to TBS. I don't think.
No.
And his podcast is great too.
Oh, I love his podcast.
Here's one that I know that we've seen before, you guys. This came in from my comic shop.
I got that somewhere over there. It's so stupid. It's great. It's so.
I said to Alan that we need to rename it Friday FOMO.
Yeah, it really is. Like it's just a. I all my cards that have the things I've written down that I'm gonna pick up because I got to consolidate them.
And with apologies to Hagen, this was the last one I'm going to show from yesterday's trip. This is Marvel 2-in-1 28, The Thing and Submariner.
He's back, Piranha.
Excuse me.
I do want to address something briefly about that, where somebody was like, Hagen's buying a King of Atlantis book. Like, why Aquaman and not Namor? I don't have to justify myself to you. I'm going to leave it there.
That's good.
So much. Oh,
that is funny. I received a package yesterday from Mr. Matt Likes Comic. So I went ahead, I opened it, but I have not opened the books yet. So if you guys will indulge me and just give me a moment, I'll get this open. I should ask, is that cool, Matt? I mean, there's nothing like,
There's no note. I'm terrible at writing letters. I'm sorry.
Well, I just meant there's no pornography, or you didn't try to smuggle me any of your Canadian illicit substances.
Yeah, Matt,
No.
Gwyneth Paltrow's head isn't in there, right?
No,
All right.
I thought about it, but she's Pepper Potts, so I can't do that.
I can already tell what one of them is. All right. This is a big stack of books, man. All right, I'm just going to go with this one. Oh, cool. All right. Shadow of the Bat. I actually collect this. I liked this series a lot. Who's Who. Oh, that's a good look. Hey, speaking of Aquaman,
Yeah, that's cool.
and this may be an upgrade for me, Hagen. So you may have an Aquaman bio coming your way, because that's a nice looking copy. Oh, cool. Yes, Mike Grell, Green
Oh.
Arrow. Look at that.
Oh, that's cool.
It's so good. Okay. I have some of this run, but I don't have this late. So, as a mini series. That's very cool.
It's a good story, actually.
Oh my God. I love Weird War so much, man.
That's neat.
Wow. Riding a skeleton horse.
That's right.
Ghost Army. Ghost Soldier gonna fight Ghost Army. I just read that one I got with the gorillas with guns that Eric from SideQuest shows off. It was great. It was really good.
Yeah, you know why that got sent.
First appearance of the Injustice League, Major Disaster, Big Sur, Clue Master, Multi-Man, and Clock King. What a group. What a group.
A-listers for sure.
For sure. Yeah.
Listen,
again,
that's what is it? The captain. Oh my God, I'm losing my mind. The middle guy. He was in
Major Disaster.
Superman. He was in Superman not too long ago.
Yeah, I bought that issue. It was pretty good. Him and the Mighty Bruce.
Yes.
Superboy and the Legion. Who is the man wearing chains?
His name is Grimbor. That's actually one of my favorite books. And the girl, her name is the girl is named Charma, and her secret power is she can make any man do anything she wants. They all fall in love with her instantly, and every woman instantly hates her.
Okay.
That's her super mutant power.
That's not a superpower. That's just how women like her, that look like her, can be.
I know.
But okay, Grimbor is wearing so many chains. Do you see? He's got them as like
he is a security expert. Like he makes he's the guy they bring in to lock up criminals. And he becomes a criminal himself.
Well,
this
Paul
looks
Blart
great.
didn't have chains all over him, and he was a security expert too.
Okay, here's the thing. I watched Paul Blart, the second movie, and because I hadn't seen the first one, I didn't know the lore. I was lost. I had no idea what was happening.
Oh yeah. There's a deep lore to Paul Blart.
Oh, Legionnaires in a flash. A Legionnaire falls. Oh God. See, you're gonna get me. These are ones I don't actively search out, but I will pad out. If I see them for a buck, or I grab them all the time. So you're gonna make it so that now I'm gonna get these checked in and be like, oh, you only got this many more, and you'll have a good run of it. Very cool. I love Triangle Era Superman, and I freaking love Bizarro. This is kind of an ugly cover. This is giving me shades of Morbius.
Well, when you think about it, he's Bizarro. He's supposed to be ugly.
Yeah.
I actually really like that cover as a result.
I do too. I really do. It just kind of reminds me of that Morbius cover.
It's not nearly as bad as that.
No,
Morbius
God,
cover.
no. Nothing is. Another Triangle Era, Man of Steel. It's so funny. I mean, what did he have back then? It was like four or five ongoing titles.
And
I
collected them all.
There were 4 monthlies and a quarterly for the 4 months that had five Wednesdays or whatever.
That is awesome. And that's I can never Bogandov. I can never remember how to pronounce his name, but he did a lot of Superman art during this era.
I can't believe
Swamp Thingy.
Yeah, I can't believe I blanked on my major disaster.
We'll
Matt,
never
these are
forgive you, actually.
What?
thank you, Matt. These are
You're
freaking awesome, man. You have a package heading your way. I don't know how long it's going to take, unfortunately, because Indianapolis post office has been awful. Like I had something that was coming my way that should have been here in 3 or 4 days, and it took 2 weeks. So
Well,
it went out Friday.
Any day now, I should be getting a package from Mark in London. So
Cool.
I bought this book. This is I've got a book coming that's on my 2025 wish list that he let me have really cheap. So,
Jason, that's a crazy thing that you just said. That's insane.
If that's true, if he really bought that as a slab, I mean, he is something else. But that's the kind of thing I would want as a slab. Like, I'm just not a slab guy. I want to read my books, but if I'm going to get something on a slab, I want it to be dumb, and that qualifies. So,
do y'all mind if I show something big and nasty?
Go ahead.
Go for it.
Well, yeah. So in chat right now, he's listening. He's listening as he plows. Well,
Yeah.
buddy, I got your package a couple days ago, and I knew that I wanted to open it on a stream. But yeah, so if you guys are not aware, Big Nasty has a YouTube channel now, and he's been pumping out videos. Like
I know. I've watched just about every one of them he's done. I like him.
Like you should talk, Matt. You put out like 5 videos a week and host 2 streams.
I put out 3 pre-made videos and I host 1 stream. And then I show up on another stream.
He sent me a bunch of stickers. So
nice.
Nate, when we meet up, if he hasn't sent you something, I will give you one of his
I've
stickers.
I've got some.
Okay.
Although I think you got a few more than I did, so I don't know how I feel about that.
That's because I'm cooler than you, or because I'm less cool than you.
You're both cooler than me because I don't have any Big Nasty stickers.
That's not fishing or anything.
I wanted a chance to say Big Nasty.
That's fair. That's fair.
That is fair. The best baby in all of comic book YouTube.
And he sent me a letter on a comic backing board, but it says, "Hey Hagen, I know you say I don't owe you anything, but I wanted to show my appreciation and give you something. I hope you don't have this yet, but if you do, please pass it on to someone you want to show appreciation to. Thanks again, Big Nasty, aka Rich." Well, I don't give away books that are sent to me, so if I have it, I will give my personal copy away. Because I just really like having a fingerprint on books that are sent to me. I just think that that's really cool. But without any further ado, I will go ahead and we'll all see this at the same time. I haven't seen this yet. Ooh!
Wow!
Cool. This is a cool one.
This
is a really cool one. Yeah. This is I don't believe this is a key. I think it's just a really cool cover.
Right.
I mean, obviously he fights the Hulk, but I don't think it's a key.
And they've been homaging the crap out of that with Red Hulk and Sam.
Oh, it's so cool. Oh gosh, it's so cool. I do have this, but mine is not a newsie, and mine is way worse condition than this is. So probably on our next like monthly giveaway show, I will be giving away my personal copy of this. And Big Nasty, I will write your name on the back of this so that I can remember that you gave it to me. That is so nice, dude. And sort of speaking about the Hulk, I'm very thankful to you guys because I have not seen the new Cap movie yet. I'm going at 1:30 today. Missing out on the Daytona 500. I'm going to have to watch it later. But a buddy of mine invited me to go see it, and he's paying for lunch with a gift card. So, yeah, I have
to pause you here because this is a very young fan. So, Anders, hello, my friend. Thanks for watching this morning.
Hey, Anders. But yeah, I will be going to go see that, and chances are, like, I'm gonna do a movie review, which I've not done before, but it's a new Captain America movie. I feel like the people need to hear my voice, you know?
Yeah.
That's right.
You have the authority to talk on that. You really
If you don't think I'm not going to do at least one video on the new Superman movie when it comes out,
you gotta.
Oh.
But we had that conversation with Dope Comics, and he said some stuff that hurt my feelings, and I had to sort of come back at him for it. Not really, but you know what I mean.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not the authority, but I am the most enthusiastic.
You are
certainly of our group.
Yeah, but everybody has their thing.
Yeah,
Big
exactly.
Nasty also sent me in the mail, and I grabbed this off my stand, so I know if he's still listening. This is a Superman bank, which is super cool, and I've got it added to my pile of collectible insanity back here, right front and center. But I went ahead and grabbed it because I wanted to show that off too. Yeah, he is off. I don't know if he plows like professionally, and that's why he's plowing, because he's out in Ohio and they got a bunch of snow too. But I know he sent a video to me, probably to you too, Hagen, that he's off plowing the VFW to get started. So hats off to him for providing a public service to people who provided public service to this country.
Or hats on to him, rather.
Yeah, it is
chilly.
cold out there. It's cold.
By the
All
way,
right.
as
Yes.
you can see, Smurfette is in Papa Smurf's lap.
So you sent that picture. I haven't heard. How much did you end up having to pay for that?
$10 Canadian. I bought it in person. What happened was I took my son to a used toy store that he really likes because they have a bunch of the toys he's into that he collects. And so I happened to be walking around and saw it. So it was like, okay, this is fate.
And $10 Canadian, that's like what, 25 cents American, something like that.
Depends where it
That's
settles.
cheap.
Depends on the time of day.
Yes.
The air pressure.
Sometimes it's 31 cents, right? So
that's a good day for you all.
yes.
Right.
I just love watching my lifestyle get worse and worse and worse because of economic conditions.
I'm not looking at 401k or any of that stuff right now. Like, I just can't.
Oh, I have a lot. Actually, I have managed over the years to squirrel away quite a bit in our equivalent of a 401k. But
is that a 401a?
Nice.
Oh, that is good. That's
That's
good.
very-
Because Canada.
Right.
Yeah. Listen, we can't help it. It's right in the name. CANADA. We can't help it.
Eric, I'm jealous.
Period,
Who shows?
that period of like 3 seconds of silence after I said that was just like music to my ears. It was just amazing stuff.
I don't know about anybody else, but I'm not quite awake yet. I mean, I'm still working.
Oh, I got it right away. I knew what he was saying.
Yeah, but I'm not fluent in Canadian.
Hey.
I picked up, let's see. I picked up, I think, a cool one for my Christmas cover collection. I got this at my LCS this week. Brave and the Bold.
I saw that yesterday.
148.
Bye, Eric. Go with God.
Yeah. But I love Christmas covers, but the night the mob stole Christmas. So I think I paid $3 for that. It was pretty good. And then these are the books I picked up that I have yet to read because I've been reading something else. So I got Matt, we were talking about Star Trek earlier. My favorite Star Trek show is Lower Decks. It just got canceled. The comic, it's so like the early episodes in season 1 are rough, but it's not Star Trek if the first season isn't hard to watch. So it once it finds its legs, but you have to be a Star Trek fan because it's all deep cuts, it's all parody. So this, since the show's canceled, the book has been on point. The book has had the same energy. It's been really fun. And another reason, like, I haven't read these is like, I kind of prioritize my stacks so that the things I really want to read are the last things, my dessert. But this run of the Turtles by Jason Aaron has been so freaking good. the first 5, I just, each issue highlighted a turtle, and then the last issue was Casey Jones. So I can't wait to see where this one goes next. He's just been a solid writer I've been enjoying lately. I already showed this Cruel Kingdom, but man, look at that cover.
Oh, that's cool.
You can't go wrong with skull covers. You just can't.
You can't. And this is like, it's so Wally-Wood sci-fi. I just love it.
I may bring up with Alan that we should do a top 10 skull covers.
This is going to be make or break. This is issue 2 of Lucky Devils. This is the same team that did the book that I never read called 8 Billion Genies, but a lot of people like it. This one is about 2 devils who these two, very cool. I do like the art a lot, but they, it's like the angel and devil on your shoulder, and they are, they basically reveal themselves to the humans that they torment in order to better their own position. It seems like an interesting, feels kind of like a Vertigo story from the 90s, like something like that, like different worlds, different realms coming together.
Hey, Durs.
Hey, man. I love this book. I freaking love this book. The Moon is Following Us. I've talked about it a lot. This is Daniel Warren Johnson, same guy that does Transformers. He does the interior art. It's very imaginative. It is about a little girl who's in a coma and her parents entering her dream world, her mind, trying to rescue her. So cannot recommend people check. And this is issue 6, so I feel like a trade should be coming out soonish. All right, the last 2 I'm going to end with, and I feel a little gross on both of them, but I couldn't. So this is Magic issue 2. I can't stop playing her in Marvel Rivals. I brought it. I've been reading the original miniseries Storm and Ileana from the 80s. So this has, the first issue was pretty good, and so I thought I'd read the second one because I think it's just a mini. And I really like her as a character. I really do. And I like to play her in the game. Now, this is the one. Okay, dope. You just save it because this is the one. This is the one that makes me feel like a gross old pervert. Okay, but this is really, if you like pulp noir crime stories, this has been really fun. So it's a 4-issue mini. It's from the Gun Honey series. It's called Combustion or Heat Seeker. I don't know what this one's called. But Hard Case Crime. They put out a lot of novels that were out of print, pulp novels from the 20s, 30s, 40s. And then they also got modern crime authors to do stuff. And it's full of nudity. There's no question it's full of nudity. It's exploitive, but it's done in a way like the women are really strong. So I think that they're secret agents or something. It's been fun, but yeah, I'm a pervert. I can't help it.
That's the one where you can tell what kind of person you are based on where in your stack that book is when you bring it up to the counter.
Yeah. I hide it in the middle and hope they scan by it quick. It didn't work. It didn't work. And the thing is, they put out 10 different covers for these things, and not that this was, I can't even show the inside what it looks like. These other covers, this is not risque on their scale at all. So she's
practically a nun on the cover.
Yeah, exactly. But I have been reading this week more than anything else. And the Storm Ileana. Okay, I still have to read issue 4. It's Chris Claremont writing. If you like Chris Claremont writing, I think you'll really like it. I think it's been okay. I don't think it's been bad. He's very verbose. He writes a lot. But the 2 things I've been reading the most this week is I read a story out of this every night. Because I've got a second one that I'm trying to get to, and this has just been, these are so freaking good. And 6 issues for $20 as far as the comic goes. But this has been getting the most of my reading time. This is so good. Vision by Tom King. Have you read it?
Read that. I want to read it so bad.
I got it from the library. So he's been really hit and miss. So I Mr. Miracle, Human Target, Supergirl. Those 3 arcs that he wrote, his Batman run was really good, and the stuff that sucked in it is not his fault. Tom King, if you read his Batman run, his Kite Man stuff is
Kite Man's hilarious.
oh my god, it is some of the best like bringing a D minus level character and making you just care about them so much and making them badass. Like it's just so good. Like that part of that run was one of my favorite things I think I read last year.
And the follow up, watching him on the Harley Quinn show with
yes, yeah, I haven't watched a lot of that, but
he also wrote a book. Like the first book that he wrote was called A Once Crowded Sky, and there aren't any characters in it that you know. It's all an original universe, but it is so good. Like it's so good.
I have to read that. I did get it from the library and read like the first 3 chapters, but just got too busy to stick with a book. So I have to admit it. You got to own who you are. I'm an old pervert. I'm sorry. But okay, so Vision is of that like tier of amazing. Like it's so good. But both Matt and I, and Matt, you may have dropped it by now. The Jenny Sparks. Are you still reading it?
Oh yeah, no. There's one issue left, and so,
I know.
Yeah, reading.
That's where I am. But I did not like it at all. And then issue 5. So it's what, a 7-issue series that Jenny Sparks that Tom King's writing.
Which was supposed to be 6. It was, but they decided it was selling enough that it wouldn't surprise me if this ends up becoming an ongoing.
Okay. Well, I haven't liked it until issue 5. When I read issue 5, I was like, this almost stands alone good enough, setting up everything that's been happening so far. You don't even need all the precursor stuff.
I've always been a big fan of Jenny Sparks, though. So
I am too. I love that whole era, Stormwatch, and such good stories out of the late 90s, early 2000s. But I don't know. But yeah,
here's your first appearance.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Finally got it.
It's one of those like is it an image book when it started?
It is.
And it looks like an image book, but it doesn't read like an image book.
That's right.
Well, thank God for that.
Right? Like you get 90s art, but you get a really good story. So that's hard to do.
I just like her. Okay. When I tell people that she is a female Constantine, they think I'm being too, but the thing is, the attitude's the same. The, the mannerisms are the same. The difference is that the powers are different, and there's just something about Jenny that makes you want, like, Constantine would piss you off. Jenny, I want to hang out and drink with her every night.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel like the not ongoing, but the current miniseries that they've got has just been unfolding very slow.
Yes, I will admit it was, but there were. I've actually read interviews with the creators where they said that was on purpose because they're hoping to use Jenny Sparks long term, and they wanted to establish that she has a relationship with some of these older DC heroes.
Well, I saw, I'm not reading it, but I saw that Tom King also has the Black Canary miniseries that's coming out.
That's right.
And she's a character I like a lot, but I didn't pick it up because I just didn't want one more book. And even though I really like him as a writer, I kind of feel like, at least at DC, he's really being ridden by editorial for what he can do. And yeah, it depends. It depends. I don't know. There was a point in my life. There was a point in my life where I unironically collected Rob Liefeld comics. I thought he was good. I remember looking at pages and trying to draw cheekbones just that sharp.
Then you accidentally tore a hole in your notebook.
Right.
Exactly.
Well, we are coming up on our hour, and there are other shows going to start, and I don't want to step on people's toes and let people get bathroom breaks. Is there anything anybody wants to show before we go? Talk about?
Well, Stevie D is my guest on Tuesday.
Yes!
We're going to cover Iron Man books.
And what time? That's 7 Eastern, right?
7 Eastern, 7 p.m. Eastern. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that because since Stevie has the entire first run of Iron Man, I'm curious to what
I
he's going to
know.
pull up.
So yeah, Steve messaged me. That's really exciting. I'm glad he's going to be on there, and he's got the whole Iron Man run. That's too cool. So Matt, if you are not subscribed to Matt, he has a link in the description of this video. Please make sure to subscribe to him and go watch his
I also have a
show
big
on
giveaway
Tuesday.
scheduled for 529 subs, and I'm at 483. So
Good
come
man.
join.
Yeah, I'm like 5 away from 300. I'm tickled. So yeah. Well, I'm tickled because Hagen keeps coming up here and tickling me.
Yeah, there's that. We giggle like schoolgirls.
But yeah, thanks everybody in the chat for being here. Let me real quick, actually, let's do this. Let's show you what's coming up today. I'm totally professional. Boom. So there's us. So coming up next at 10:45 is Bleecker Street.
Church.
And then and Cliff will be on with Dave at 3:30. I might be if I'm still home. I'm not sure I still don't know what my schedule is today, but Dave's showing some DC stuff, which is awesome. And we got the Council of Comics at 5 talking about Jaws today. Cool. Heroes for Hire at 6, and then Kicking It with K-Pop at 7. And Legion. Oh, stay away from that. No, Hagen, you can watch it because you'll have seen the movie by then. So at 8:30, talking about Captain America, and then Black Crown Comics with the weekly wrap up at 9. So that is the lineup today. You can nerd all day, and I hope you do. Go check some people out. And that's going to be it for us today. Thanks for joining us on the Sunday comic book hangover show. And next Sunday will be on Hagen's channel at this exact same time. All right. Thanks so much, everybody. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.